I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where a whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got a ton of things to talk about, but I got this interview I'm going to be dropping. Shout out to Elizabeth for giving me the interview. So this is the woman that was assaulted by the Galloping Goose member. Crazy situation. She explains what happened and gives us a little more context on what's going on. Pavle, what's going on? Shout out to Punch. Appreciate you taking the time to watch this show. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. Thank you guys all for taking the time to watch this show. I want to give a big shout out to Virginia Chaos. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Make sure you check out Patreon. A lot of exclusive content. You could have watched this already over there. Will, how you doing? What the fuck? I'm up with the toothpicks, holding my eyes open. Yeah, I can't spell any RT, but respect and peace. Shout out to you, man. It's the MC. What's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Craig, how are you? Good afternoon. Hey, Kurt, what's up, man? Thank you for joining me today. SNS Contracting's in the building. Biker News Canada, what's going on? We got the exclusive interview. I know she did an interview, but we got the exclusive. And it's a 3-part interview, but we're going to talk about something else before we get to the interview because there's some other things going on. So a pagan member is in the news. You guys all know about the Wawa situation. By the time the last shell casing scattered onto the asphalt, the fluorescent lights in the suburban Wawa parking lot that had became an unlikely backdrop for violence. The chapter in Pennsylvania long-running outlaw motorcycle club rivalry. Prosecutors say Eric Rosenberg, 46, of East Greenville, a patch member of the Pagans Outlaw Motorcycle Club, now stands at the center of that chapter. Rosenberg is held for trial after investigation alleges he conspired with other pagan members during the confrontation that escalated into gunfire involving 2 members of a rival unknown bikers motorcycle club. The clash, authorities argue, was not a spontaneous flare-up, but a result of a simmering tensions between the competing clubs. Tensions that erupted in one of the region's most ordinary public spaces, a convenience store that turned into a crime scene. According to testimony presented in court, the encounter unfolded in the Wawa parking lot, an everyday stop for fuel and coffee. That instead became a crime scene marked by chaos and fear. Surveillance video Witness accounts and cell phone data introduced during the preliminary hearing describe multiple bikers arriving at the location. A heated exchange, a confrontation that rapidly spiraled out of control. Gunfire followed. 2 alleged members of the unknown biker motorcycle club were struck. And as we know, there were 2 citizens that were struck. One man was shot in the jaw. He was filling up air in his tires. Prosecutors contend Rosenberger, I think it is, played a knowing and deliberate role acting in coordination with fellow pagan members before and during the incident. While he is not accused of firing a weapon, the Commonwealth argues conspiracy law holds him responsible for the violence that followed the group's alleged agreement. The evidence bound for a jury. At the close of the hearing, judge ruled prosecutors had presented enough evidence to move the case forward, holding Rosenberger for trial on criminal conspiracy and related charges. Defense attorney countered that the case rests largely on circumstantial evidence, stressing the presence at the scene does not equal to participation in a crime. The ruling reflects a broader prosecutorial effort to dismantle violence tied to outlaw motorcycle clubs in which law enforcement agencies say operate with a strict hierarchy, deep loyalty, and long-standing rivalries. The Pagans Outlaw Motorcycle Club has been the focus of numerous investigations across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Authorities say clashes with rival clubs are often driven by disputes over territory, reputation, and perceived disrespect. Conflicts can erupt suddenly with devastating consequence. In this case, prosecutors argue those dynamics played out in full view of the public. Rosenberger has not entered a plea and remains presumed innocent. As the case advances towards trial, jurors will ultimately be tasked with deciding whether he knowingly conspired in the violent confrontation or whether he was merely caught in the orbit of others' actions. The Wawa parking lot has since returned to normal, but the legal battle unfolding from that night is just beginning. And I will bring you guys more information as it becomes available, but he will be going to trial. It's a crazy situation. And in other news, we all know, well, I don't know if you guys know, I've been following this situation, but this man, he was killed over in Australia. So a man accused to stand trial over bikie execution. 8 men accused of either pulling the trigger or assisting in an execution-style murder of an outlaw motorcycle club member via hail of gunfire have been committed to stand trial. And it's obviously 8 men. They were each charged with 1 count of murder in circumstances of serious organized crime over the shooting death of Shane Bowden on Gold Coast on October 12, 2020. Bowden, 47 years old, was fatally shot 21 times by 2 hooded gunmen, one armed with a fully automatic pistol and one with a shotgun. When he pulled into the garage of his home, 8 defendants took part in the operation with military levels of planning aimed at killing Mr. Bowden, who allegedly left the Mongols for a rival motorcycle club, the Finks, court papers heard. This execution, the Crown prosecutor said, previously told the Supreme Court on April 2025. They used high-caliber powered weapons. This was not a heat-of-the-moment murder. It's not one-punch death in the pub. It was premeditated, he said. About a dozen police officers stood guard outside the court building's entrance during the committee process. Each of the defendants had argued that there was not significant evidence in the case to stand trial. The magistrate said in her judgment on Friday, which followed nearly 5 years of court proceedings, that the case against the men was circumstantial. The defense had argued, it was suggested by the defense that none of the witnesses came up to their own statements, and each were motivated by the benefit of sentencing consideration. The defendants allegedly planned the murder in communication via encrypted mobile phone headsets and had planted a tracking device on Mr. Bowden's black BMW, prosecutors say. So I will bring you guys more information when it becomes available. This is a wild case, and I'll bring you guys that. But there is a young girl that is, they're looking for her. This is up in Canada. I know a lot of people in Canada watch this show. So if you see this young woman, please do the right thing and let someone know so this girl can be found. She's missing. I'll give you guys the information. Give me 1 second, and then we'll get to the topic at hand. Where is it? All right. This is in Oshawa, Canada. Police are requesting the public's assistance in locating a missing vulnerable 15-year-old female from Oshawa. Her name's Isabella. She's 15 years old. She was last seen on Tuesday, January 27th. That's 3 days ago at approximately 9:30 p.m. in the area of Ritson Road North and Taunton Road East in Oshawa. Isabella is described as a female, white, 15 years old, slim build with blonde hair. She was last seen wearing a gray top, striped gray pajama pants. Anyone who knows her whereabouts of this female or has any information is asked to contact the detective at 905-579-1520, extension 2766. So if you guys got information about this young woman, please let her go back home with her family where she belongs. But anyway, if you guys haven't heard, Don Lemon has been arrested. Crazy situation. Did he just shit a lemon? It's called Fuck Around and Find Out. Don Lemon. So in other news, this is wild. Pretty crazy case right here. For sale, the Hells Angels iconic Sonny Barger's Harley Davidson FXRT is for sale. This is the 1992 Harley Davidson FXRT that was personally owned and ridden by outlaw motorcycle legend Sonny Barger, one of the most prominent members of the Hells Angels, but also an author of 5 books who regularly appeared on TV and in film. The Harley Davidson FXR, which is a dope bike, was one of the most important American motorcycles at the time. The bike developed to the show the American manufacturer could build bikes capable of competing with the Japanese and V-twin supremacy. So if you guys want to buy this bike, it is for sale. And there's pictures of him with the bike and everything. So I'm sure it's going to go for a lot. I wonder why the club wouldn't want this bike. I mean, wouldn't that be like part of their legend or mystique or something? Who knows? But the bike's for sale. If you guys want to go buy it, go check it out. Anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. Keen, what's going on? Comments make you angry. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And the father of 100 kids, apparently. Yeah, right? Sonny Barger, the father of 1 million kids. I mean, this guy's got more kids than is even humanly possible. People are crazy. All these people. I'm Don Lemon. I'm Sonny Barger's nephew. I'm his kid. He doesn't have any kids. Hate to break it to you, but Sonny Barger didn't have any kids. People are nuts. Like, I mean, they come in all shapes, all sizes. A whole bunch of them are saying that they're related to Sonny. I guess that gives you some sort of, I don't know, credit or something, some weirdo shit, I guess. I don't know. But let's get to the topic at hand. This vicious assault at the bar. This is Elizabeth. She was brutally assaulted at a bar in Mississippi. She tells me a story firsthand, so you can know exactly what happened. And I was surprised to know that her husband is a former member of the Galloping Goose. It's pretty wild. So let's get to the interview. I appreciate all you guys. Hit that like button, share this video, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get down to business. Enjoy. Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Mojo.
How you doing?
Hello. How you doing?
Been better, been worse.
So you're the infamous woman in the video that's been going viral lately about getting attacked
Yes.
at a bar.
Yes, sir.
So
Yep.
where's that bar located? And can you give me a little bit of backstory on what's going on with this whole situation?
Yeah, so the bar is located in a Picayune, Mississippi address, but it has a Hancock, it has a different county it's registered under. It's right on the line kind of thing. The guy, okay, so my fiance, my old man, he used to be with this club. He used to be with the Gooses. He poured blood, sweat, and tears in this club. He's older, so he stepped out for medical. Stepped out good. That's been almost 4 years ago. Okay. Never had any problems with these guys. I'm always buying them rounds. They buy me rounds, whatever. Never had no issues until this one day. I don't know where this guy got this information or what, but if you look on the video, you see me walking out, and what I'm doing is I'm kind of doing like a little happy step, you know. I'm walking out and there's other civilians there, so they can't say I walked up on a conversation. I grew up in this life. I know what to do and what not to do. Okay. Not just because I had an old man that was in the club. I've known this life way before he even come along. And anyway, you see me walking out there. I just got through buying rounds at another place, another establishment up the road for a whole nother crew. And I walk in, I see the guys out there. I went to go tell them hello. I didn't even get hello out of my mouth. You see the guy's hands that attacked me, like pointing at me, like lifting up off the table and pointing at me, saying, "You need to leave now. It's okay to cuss because it's going to be a lot of it."
Yeah. You can go.
Okay. It's verbatim. Okay, it's verbatim. You can actually watch the video and pretty much sync what I'm about to tell you with the movements. So you see me walk outside, and all of a sudden, the guy that's standing up that attacks me says, "You need to leave now, you." I said, "Excuse me, who are you?" I didn't recognize him at first. And I knew it wasn't a conversation, like I said. And I said, "Excuse me," and you see me scoot a little closer. I'm like, "What? Who are you?" And he says, "You heard what I said, but you need to leave now. You stole a club member's bike." I said, and I went to stepping closer. Now, the guy that's in the corner that he's standing next to is a dude I grew up with, him and his wife, who happened to be the bartender that day. Okay? He wouldn't be where he is today had it not been for my old man. You know, dude, it's so messed up. It's so messed up. And so that's why you see after the dude walks around and choke slams me and throws me to the ground and hits me in my face, only one patron stepped up. And that was an old guy, you know, bless his heart. And he even got hit in the face. In the meantime, you see me walk over to my so-called friend, so-called brother, for like, "What the hell, dude? What's going on?" And you see him step back, take a sip of his beer, and just watch everything else going on, and then walk away from me. What is that? You know, that's bullshit. And then the dude comes around there and tells me again, I need to leave. I'm like, "Dude, you don't even know what you're talking about." And you see me pointing towards outside, which is where my bike is parked. You know, I ride hard. And anyway, I'm pointing at my bike saying, "Dude, the only bike I have is mine and it's in my name. You don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you got stuff messed up." Like, it's so ridiculous. And then he continued to tell me I needed to leave. I said, "You know what? I'll leave, but I'm still going to have a beer in my bar." So I left from outside the patio area, and that's when I walked in, and he yelled something at me, and I said, "You don't even know what you're talking about." And I turned around and said, "You know what? Fuck you." And that's when I walked inside. I'm not scared. I'll run my fucking mouth just as much as they will. But you don't fucking treat me like that. Like, I've done nothing to these people. Always been there for them. When you walk in their local clubhouse in Picayune, the artwork that's on the floor, their tri-patch and everything, I painted that. Free-handed all in one night when it was freezing cold. All their artwork in there. There's a couple of their fucking t-shirts I've done. You know, this is like, it's ridiculous. So anyway, I walk into the bar, and that's when you see him follow right behind me and won't leave me alone. And I finally had enough. And when he shoved my head down into the bar, it's concrete bar, by the way, I threw my hand up like, "That's enough, dude. Leave me alone." And he told the bartender to refuse me service.
Was he saying things to you while he was in back of you?
Yeah, he was telling me that I stole a club member's bike. I'm like, "Dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. You've got me messed up with somebody else. Like, you don't even know." And he's like, he's telling me that I wasn't shit and all kinds of stuff. And when he was beating on me, he was telling me, "You're going to ride like a man, you get beat like a man," all kinds of stuff like that. There's a few things I don't remember because I did lose consciousness at one point. But, like, it's ridiculous. It's all ridiculous. And now, my old man gets a message today talking about how does it feel to be going from a 1%er to a rat. He never called the police. He never did none of that. This happened November 22nd. I filed a report. Just because I have a lesion in my frontal lobe, my left frontal lobe. Yeah. They found that out when I'm going through my breast cancer stuff. I've got fucking cancer and they're going to fucking beat on me like that.
Wow.
And that's it's so sad. It's so sad to have your so-called family and friends that smile in your face do this. You know?
When did you never met this guy before? Did you ever meet him before?
I've met him before. I mean, like I said, I didn't recognize him at first. I've met him before, and he's bought drinks for me and my old man since he's been out the club.
Now, when did this video get released? Was it released
When I finally went down to the police station, to the sheriff's department, and filed formal charge.
In November, right?
No, the incident happened in November. We gave the club plenty of time to handle it in-house. I've got over $8,000 worth of medical bills because my insurance only covers my cancer stuff. Not emergency visit for any of this, you know? And so I've been pushed to do this, and I really wanted the club to handle it. But they're like, you would think that they would want to back away from this, you know, to make it not happen. And dude, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad on the video. And it's going viral, right? A lot of people are commenting. You're getting a lot of views. And
yeah, a lot of people are burning their stuff.
Yeah, like videos of people burning their patches, their support gear.
Yep.
And so did you ever have a problem with this club in the past?
Not a one. Just recently went to the funeral of their national SA, their sergeant at arms, who was a good friend of mine around the club and out the club. And nothing was ever said there, nothing. Every time, even the week before, you know, I would go there and I would sing, because I sing sometimes and stuff, but like go there and hang out, never had a problem. Not a snooty look, nothing. They see me at other places. I can't go anywhere without them knowing me or seeing me, and they're like, hey sis, what's up, Mojo? You know?
And you said your old man was in the club for how long?
Yes, he was in this particular club, this particular chapter. Yeah.
Did you ever have any dealings with a motorcycle connected to this club?
No, sir.
None.
No, sir. The only bike I have and the only bike that I ride is mine.
So where would you get the inkling that you took a member's bike and sold it?
You know, that's the thing. Over 4 years ago, now there was an incident where my old man, he had just got me, no, it's about almost 5 years ago, had gotten me the bike, okay, as my birthday gift. Well, it was still in his name. We had an not altercation, but like a little dispute. And so I left, and he wanted the bike located because it was still in his name and it wasn't insured. So he just put a bolo out on me to be, if y'all see the bike, let me know. I'm going to go get it, kind of thing. Because he was pissed off, whatever. But he never once said I stole the bike or none of that shit. You know?
Maybe, do you think maybe he's thinking of that?
But we've already been around these people. In particular, that one guy who attacked me. So I don't know if the dude was up or whatever his deal is. I don't know. I know he gets out there. He's crazy, and this ain't the first time he's put his hands on people. And that's all. I just want accountability. You know, nobody I've ever known would ever stand for that to happen in their club, let alone let that be the representation of their patch.
I'm not in a club, so I, like wearing a patch and doing something like that on video is a pretty bad thing because a lot of people are seeing this, and like you said, it represents the club. Like people look at that, like, damn, the whole club is like that. But I mean,
well, I know that when they look at an old lady and they say, whenever an old lady, whatever she does, just like if you're in the military, just like anywhere else, what your old lady does is a representation of who you are, And so therefore, just like with a patch, that's, same thing. When you wear that patch, you're supposed to honor it. That's the whole reason you wear it. And you're supposed to have pride in it, not disrespect it on it.
Was it
and
that
playing
man,
you in public?
The man that was there during your interview that spoke, I'm not sure who that guy was. Wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a local guy.
He said that this guy is one of the high-ranking members there, so that's maybe why the other people didn't jump in and stop it.
It's a possibility. I think it's more of not just his rank, just his years that's been around, and his reputation, more or less. And the others are, I can tell you right now, the one that was my friend, ex-friend, or whatever the hell he want to call himself now, the one that was sitting there, I don't know if it's, I'm not going to say names on here, but that guy is now
I've seen a video of one of you.
Yeah, there's in the video.
You were dancing with one of them guys. So, like, how does it go from that to that? It's just
dancing.
Yeah, weren't you dancing in a video, or maybe that was
that was my on my stuff. Yeah, that was my old man. Yeah, that was my old man.
Oh yeah, when he had his patch on.
Yeah, this is years ago when he had his patch on. Yeah,
I was like, she's dancing with one of the guys. Like, I don't get it.
No, I've had no interactions with that man unless my old man was present. You know what I mean? Like, it's never, especially dealing with a bike. I can tell you right now, like, I ride my bike. I don't even my old man don't even back my own bike out. Like, that's my bike. I don't have time for another bike or anything like that unless I'm helping him build one. And if anything, they should have reached out to him first. Had they had a problem, and like I said, had I been walking up on a conversation, which was not the case because there's two other civilians out there. There's two other people out there who are not patch members. So you can't say I walked up on a conversation. I didn't walk out there and start anything. I didn't even get a hello out my mouth. I was getting ready to buy them all around a beer.
And then the older gentleman that was at the bar, he did try to do something. Is he he
even got smacked. He even got smacked.
A supporter, or is he?
No, he's just a local patron that I just saw him at the other establishment beforehand. And he's a good person. He's a good man, and he just stands up for what's right and what's wrong. Is wrong.
And the bartender,
unfortunately, he took a hit.
Out. The bartender was.
Yeah, that was the wife. The wife of the man who I walked around to, the president.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So you're getting a lot of eyes on this situation. What do you want to happen? What's good, everybody? There's I do got more to the story, and we're gonna be dropping it. Maybe I'll drop it right now. If you guys want it right now, I'll drop part 2 right now. Billy, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Keegan, how you doing? No, this happened in Mississippi. Ken, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Scrap Irons in the building. Will, Kurt, what's good? Yeah, I don't know what them other dudes were talking about, but shout out to them. You go to the bathroom too. I don't know. Michael, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I don't know what them other guys were talking about in the chat. It's crazy. Where the hell where they get that from? I don't even know what they're talking about. Who the fuck is Tommy? And how do I know him? I don't know any of you people, really. Shout out to all the subscribers. I know the people that come in and see my show, because do you guys want to watch part 2 now? Because if you do, I'll play it for you guys. Play it, bro. What was the bike story? I missed it somehow. Damn, man, you got to rewind it. You got to watch it again and give me another view. I'm going to play part 2 for you guys. So she didn't sell a bike. Her old man bought her a bike. And people were saying, someone said they thought maybe that was the reason, but all right, I'm going to play part 2 for you guys. Check it out. Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Mojo.
I want accountability to be held. I want those who were there and responsible and who put their hands on me and who did nothing to be held accountable. And if the club can't handle it in-house like they should have, instead of attacking us and realizing who they have representing for them and putting a bad name and putting a black eye on their own club and their local chapter, then they need to do something about it. They need to clean house, not come after us.
I mean, are they in the news a lot out there?
No. Not really.
Ever. I barely ever hear about them.
They're one of the oldest, and I'm not saying that about all Purple and Gold. They have some really good guys in there. They really do. It just stinks about the whole situation and the individuals who were there. They should have made better choices. They should have just made better choices.
Are you ever going to go back to that bar?
I've been back, but both times I've had my old man with me, and the third time I was checking on my daughter, who she's of age, she can go in there. She's 28 years old. She can go anywhere she wants, but she just recently moved back down to the area, and so she's wanting to know the stuff, and so because of all this, I stopped in to check on her, and I think one other time I stopped in there and had one beer, and I didn't even finish it and left, and that was to see Mr. Sam and them.
Why do you get anxiety when you go there now?
Not so much anxiety when I go there. It's just what is the word I'm looking for? Another reliving, ever since this video has been released, every moment of my day has now been consumed with it. And it's people that, if you talk to that know me, yeah, I'm a somewhat tough cookie, whatever, emotionally and not physically, all that. But like at the same time, it's wearing, man. It's exhausting. It's very exhausting to have every moment that you wake up that it's nothing about this, everything. You can't even have a conversation. As some simple joke is like, oh, how's the weather? You can't even do that.
There's a lot of people talking about this situation. It's all over the country right now.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. It's messed up. And like I said, I grew up in this environment and I did nothing wrong. And if anybody wants to come on here or anywhere else and give their side of it, please do.
Yeah, I'll give them the opportunity. Any person that was there that can come on here and explain whatever side they have, I'll give them the opportunity. So it was recorded last year, but it wasn't released. Like how did it didn't get
released? Okay, so the sheriff's department had the video from when I made the initial report, which is still a few days later, okay, from the incident. Actually, it was, it happened on that Saturday. I just come back that morning from staying in Baton Rouge area from where I have my cancer treatment stuff. Okay, so I usually stay over that way, and I head back the next day. I stay with family. So that morning I was heading back. So it was that Saturday, and then I think it was that Wednesday. Owner had told us that we could come up there and get the footage because my old man was getting pissed off because he had already talked to the president, and the president lied and said he wasn't even there, is what he told my old man. When he's the one whose phone I'd used to call my old man because mine was busted in the altercation. So that was, that Wednesday, the owner had told us we could go there and get the footage. By the time we get there, the owner is talking with the Gooses, the president and another one and everybody else. And all of a sudden we couldn't get the video footage. His insurance called and said, no, and all this. Well, I said, okay. So that's when I was told that I had to make official report and everything else. So I think I did it 2 days later. I think it was a day or two later when I made the initial. initial
you weren't
report.
You weren't going to make one.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I waited, and the cops even told me I waited a little too long to do so. But I mean, you got to realize the situation. You know, you don't just pick up the phone and call the cops for anything. You know, especially on something like this, you give them an opportunity, and they had plenty of ample opportunity to do so. And things were all been lied about and everything else brought to the table by that so-called president of the local chapter there, and just to make himself try to look better and get out the hole. But he didn't realize that, no, you can't do that when you're on film, honey. So I made the report, went down to the sheriff's office. I was finally told to just go down there and do it. So this is like a month later, or whatever date we're in now. And so I did that. I released the video the day after I got it.
The other day, right?
Just a few days ago. Yeah.
And it's blown up, and
they've had ample time to handle.
They've been reaching out now, though, right?
No. Oh, no? Only in negative ways, like calling him a rat and everything else. And then it's crazy is I'm not scared to put my name out there, my real name and everything on all this. He's not either. And here's another thing. Why do they have to comment anonymously or under AKA Good Samaritan or anything like that? Put your name out there when you want to talk about comments being negative and everything else. Shit, we're not scared.
When you made this report, what were the police saying to you? Did they say they were going to charge this guy or anything like that?
Well, they told me basically it would be a simple assault because of the way I worded it to them. They hadn't seen the video yet when they made the report. When they left from where I was to make the report at my house, they went straight to the establishment, got the video, and one of the officers called me, and he said, "Look, we saw the video. I had to go get another officer to help me finish watching it because it made him sick to his damn stomach." You know, it's pretty brutal. And anyway, it's basically just a simple assault. But with me talking with justice courts and everything else, and the people that I have behind me on this, there's no way it's going to be just a simple assault. Because once they get him, all they got to do is get him in custody. And once they do that, it's gonna happen. It's not going to be just a simple assault.
I mean, he viciously attacked.
I had a fractured cheekbone. I had to have my head glued back together. I had blood in my eyeball.
When this first happened, did you go directly to the hospital? Like, how did you take care of your injuries?
At the end of the video, which they don't show on the video, though, I mean, anybody's able to go get their own copy too. If people want to keep saying, another thing people are saying, oh, it's edited. No, it's not. That you can watch the time frame on this film itself run from start to finish. It isn't two snips, but it's from start to finish, and it never skips a beat. But there's another part of the video I didn't even get it on my thumb drive the sheriff's office gave me. It's where when he's walking out, he throws my bike down and cracks my bag. My bags are those quick detach ones, and so they're not cheap. So, and I have a custom paint job on there.
Do you have that video?
I don't, but I could probably go get it. It's going to cost me another $50, but yeah, actually I will say this about the ladies at the local sheriff's office. They've been nothing but supportive, and bless their hearts, you know, and they're tore up about all this as well. But I forgot where we were going before that. You'd asked me something. Oh, about the hospital. Yeah. So, you see me there on the bar, and I'm bleeding all over the damn bar. And so the waitress, the bartender, Mary Jane, she just throws the towel at me, doesn't even ask am I okay, nothing. I'm sitting there, I'm telling them, call the police, call the cops now.
She was freaking out. It looked like she wanted to call the police, but she didn't.
Her husband was there. She didn't, because her husband wasn't even intervening. You know? So what is she to do? Me, you separate your personal business, number one. Okay? Separate personal and business. I bartended at one of the roughest, toughest damn bars down here in the south of Mississippi. They have fights every night. No, you don't do that. You don't leave from behind your bar, but you pick up that phone and you call dispatch, no matter who it is. You know? You don't need people getting, because altercations like that end up sometimes escalating, and you need to defuse it right then and there. And if it's just picking up a phone, just at the threat of making a phone call, it defuses it. But anyway, so no, I'm sitting there on the bar, I'm bleeding, and I'm like, call the cops. Well, once I saw that nothing was happening, you know, nobody's doing anything, that's when I went to go, like, after he left, I'm looking around, I'm like, what the nobody's doing anything. And so I just got on I went to go out to my bike, and it was down on the ground. I couldn't pick it up because I was just freaking furious. So they helped me pick up my bike, Mr. Sam and them, the gentleman who stepped in and got hit, and helped me get my bike up, and I took off, and then I had a police escort to the hospital.
Wait, you drove your bike?
Yeah.
After this assault, you got your bike, picked it up, because he pushed it over when he walked out of the bar. Do you have that video?
I that's what I'm saying. The sheriff's department does. Yeah, they didn't give me that part of it. Yeah, they hurried up and copied this for me out of the main parts about the assault. Not so much about the bike. But yeah, anybody can get a copy from the local sheriff's department in Hancock County, Mississippi.
And did they tell you to release it, or did they say anything?
It's mine. It's free. It's public. It's public record. It's public record. Anybody can do anything with it.
Wow. So you go to the hospital, and what happens at the hospital? They do a CAT scan.
Oh yeah, they did CTs. I say I have a fractured cheekbone. Like I said, they had to basically super glue right there in my head. They had to super glue it together, kind of, instead of using stitches, because of the swelling. I don't know if I sent you pictures or not, but of my eye and everything.
I seen
the marks on my neck and all. Yeah.
I have a couple of pictures.
Yeah.
This.
Yep.
Is this like right after it happened, or this a couple of days later?
This is, let's see, I'm wearing my hospital shirt. That's one of the hospital shirts I had. Yeah.
And then I got some stills from when it transpired. This is you sitting at the bar.
Yeah, that's when I walked in. I went to order a beer, and he's telling me, who the f do I think I am? I said, I'm having a beer in my bar. Yeah.
Then he just grabs you. So stay tuned. Part 3 will be dropping tomorrow. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I know YouTube really does censor people a lot. It's crazy. Miklo's in the building. What's going on, Miklo? Shout out to Miklo. Kane says, this pisses me off. Jason, yeah, YouTube really does censor a lot. It is crazy. No, it really doesn't matter, but I mean, when you wear a patch, right, aren't you supposed to carry yourself a certain way because you represent the whole club? I mean, if you're at a bar, you're being recorded. It's a little different if you get into a scuffle with a dude, right? But to be beating on a woman like that, I mean... But listen, I will give the Galloping Goose the opportunity to come on here, explain whatever they want to explain. I'm not a one-sided person. I definitely will give them the opportunity. And that's it. I mean, what more can I say? Biker News Canada, what's going on? Hey, Miklo, my viewers been asking me to do an interview with you. If you up to it, bro. Y'all don't lay hands on women. I agree. Less they trying to kill you. Self-defense is a little different. Popcorn, no problem. Or Ken, what's good, man? Yeah, YouTube's been really heavy on the hand lately, man. I don't know why. It's crazy. But thank you guys all for joining me. I gotta go get another heater. It's cold as a motherfucker out. I can't take it no more. I appreciate all you guys. We got a lot more content on the way. Stay tuned. A lot of interviews dropping. The real Donnie Watch will be dropping tonight. If you guys are members, you can go watch it right now or go over to Patreon and check it out. I will upload part 3 of this interview on members if you want to check it out. If not, it'll be up tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you. And to everybody that's been flustered, shout out to you. I couldn't have done it without you. How's Donnie doing? I don't know. This is Donnie Watch. Donnie Watch. Not Donnie Watch. This is Donnie Watch.
Hey, that's a great J. Donnie Watch here. And I'm chatting with Staxx.
Yeah, Donnie Watch. So stay tuned. That one's dropping tonight. It's pretty funny. But if you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx. the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.